my wee fella. We'd just lost my mother-in-law not long before I was diagnosed, and the one thing he said to me, "So you're going to die too, Mummy? You're not going to die, are you?" Hi, I'm Sharon. I am 45 from Newry, and I was diagnosed with heart failure at the age of 43. I was diagnosed in the hospital. Was only told as I was leaving the ward to go to another hospital for another test. When the doctor came to speak to me the following day, "You know, you have heart failure." And I was, "What do you mean?" And she says, "Look, it's not the life sentence it used to be. People can live with it," which automatically made me think, this doesn't sound good. You know, if they're even starting with that sentence, this does not sound good. I did go on to, as I said, Dr. Google, and in it was saying it was a 5-year prognosis. Looking at it and thinking, how am I going to survive? Will I see my children grow up? I do, like at times I just think if I even see 50, and that's me even now, sometimes I think that, you know, when you get up and you can't get a breath. And even that thought of never seeing a grandchild, which now I've just, over the last few weeks, I've found out that I'm going to be a nanny. So I'm actually embracing it, because I'm thinking, you know, I like to be able to enjoy my children while I can, or my grandchild. So yeah, it was so scary. It was so scary whenever, you know, especially when they were like not the life sentence, but yeah, it felt like it was. I had been studying, so I had to come out of my studies. I was off work for 1.5 years. It was so difficult. So the wee things of getting my son dressed, I couldn't do. My son used to call me slowpoke because I walked it that slow. It took me forever to get anywhere. It was just that constant feeling breathless, struggling for it, you know, and not knowing why I was so hard, and then my sleep and everything was disturbed. So yeah, it impacted everything in my life, even my children's lives. My wee fella, we'd just lost my mother-in-law not long before I was diagnosed, and the one thing he said to me, "So you're going to die too, Mummy? You're not going to die, are you?" So anytime I went into hospital, I think the children, they were always that frightened, and then the anxiety came in, and you know, so we've been through a long road. I've always wanted to do my social work, and I've kept putting it off, children, whatever. So I eventually got the opportunity. I'm in my final year of my social work degree. So, and I think that's kept me going, and I'm hoping that it's something that will help others in the future. My advice to people living with heart failure is don't give up. And that's something that has probably kept me going. I've gone back to study and I've gone back to work. Yes, I've had to reduce. It is important to listen to your body. I am not as good at doing that. I'm getting a bit better. But I think it's important to have a goal, have a focus, and, you know, remember to get up in the mornings and find them things that make you happy and make memories. But I would say definitely look out for family, and if anybody's suffering from the swelling or the fatigue, and I know the breathlessness was horrendous for months before I even realised what it was, person to go and get an appointment, because if they're anything like me, they'll keep saying, "Oh, I'm just doing too much, you know, I need to slow down," then not realise that they're actually sick. Because it took me a while before I realised, well, actually I'm very sick, and I actually should have stopped before I did. Because the sooner you start treatment, the sooner you get the help, the better you'll start feeling, you know. I think the earlier you start the treatment, the better chances are of increasing to a worse scenario. So it's important to get the early diagnosis and get straight on to treatment and work with the health professionals.